Hey everybody, another Erev Shabbos is upon us. It is a Shabbos Parshas Vayishlach. And in this week's Parsha, Yaakov and his family are returning to Eretz Canaan, where he grew up. And on the way, they get word that Yaakov's brother Esav is coming their way. And Yaakov is afraid. And he thinks that Esav is, still mad at him, and he's going to kill him. And we all know the story. What he does is he does three things to prepare for the meeting with Esav. First of all, he davens. He prays to God for that he'll be spared, he'll be saved, he won't be killed. But more importantly, he fears that he's going to be forced to kill. And it's not so much that he's afraid of being killed. He's afraid, there is that too, but he's afraid that he's going to be forced to kill. And, that's a big fear, because from anybody that you hear that has been forced in that situation, they say it takes something out of you. It removes something from your very essence. He divides his family into, sections, so that if one section of his family is attacked, then the other sections of his family might be saved. Also, he sends gifts. He sends tribute to Esav, gifts that Esav might be appeased by these gifts, that any conflict can be avoided. But the main thing I want to talk about really is at night, when he's already crossed his family over across the river, and he's still on the opposite side of the river from the rest of his family, and he engages in the infamous wrestling match with Esav's heavenly representative angel. And he receives his other name, Yisroel. This is the culmination of the ongoing issue that Yaakov has, or had to acquire. So we know that when Yaakov Avinu was born, he was born gripping the heel of his brother Esav. That Esav came out first, and Yaakov came out right afterwards, grasping the heel of his brother Esav, as if to say, "No, you're not eligible to receive the firstborn birthright. It should be me. You come back here, and I should go first." That didn't happen, but as we know, he purchased that birthright over the bowl of lentil soup, and because of that, he had to then. There was a whole incident where he had to receive that bracha from his father Yitzhak, the bracha of the firstborn, the birthright, which prompted him having to flee to the house of his uncle Lavan in order to, flee from his enraged brother Esav. But these were all things that he had to do, because we find that even though Yaakov and Esav were twins, and they should have been, as the sons of Yitzhak. Yitzhak, we know, he put his head on the line for God at the Akedah, and it should have been that his twin boys should have been able to bring forth the 12 tribes of Yisroel. The 12 tribes that the Jewish people would emanate from should have been half from Esav and half from Yaakov. But we learn out that due to Esav's life and the way that Esav lived his life, he was no longer eligible to be in this position of giving birth to the any of the Shvatim of the Jewish people. So that came down to Yaakov. Yaakov Avinu had to now be the one to be the forefather of all the 12 tribes. And even though they were born while he was away in the house of Lavan, and now he's heading back, and his wife Rachel is pregnant still with the youngest of the 12 tribes. It's still open. It's still open because Binyamin hasn't been born yet, and they're on the way back. And now, through this wrestling match with this Esa's heavenly representative, he is awarded with the name Yisroel. And now it's official. Now it's been proven that he has become worthy of being the forefather of all the 12 tribes of that will now be known as Bnei Yisroel, right? So now we know that Klal Yisrael can be known as Klal Yisrael, but we also are called Beis Yaakov. Beis Yaakov, the house of Yaakov, or Klal Yisrael, the family of Yisroel. It's one and the same thing, but we know that prior to this point, it should have been that one brother would be the in charge of the Gashmius, the physicality, that we should rule over the physical attributes of this world, and the other one will be in charge of the Ruchnius, the spiritual side of the world. But now that it has to be all through Yaakov and now Yisroel. We are now known as both Bnei Yisrael and Klal, Bnei Yisrael or Beis Yaakov. Have a good Shabbos. See you on the flip side.